This is a psychological analysis of the movie Black Swan by Noelia Barnes.
I never really put another.
The movie Black Swan is about a young woman named Nina, who is a professional ballerina. She is casted to dance the part of the Swan Queen in the ballet Swan Lake, in which she needs to be both the Black Swan and the White Swan. Nina herself relates more to the innocent White Swan, as she is sheltered and taken care of by her controlling mother. However, throughout the movie, the role slowly draws out the Black Swan inside of her, enabling her to stand up for herself and achieve her goals of being the perfect dancer.
Nina's hallucinations and delusions made us diagnose her with borderline schizophrenia and dissociative identity disorder. The main reason we diagnose her is because of her different personalities with the Black Swan and the White Swan. The Black Swan is way out of her comfort zone. That's not really her as she's portrayed at the beginning of the movie. Because for the White Swan, she's more of an innocent, childlike persona rather than a more going out with Lily and just being out of her comfort zone.
The movie didn't exactly depict the disorder in its entirety, because she didn't have the memory gaps that are normally associated with the dissociative identity disorder. She was perfectly aware of what was happening when the Black Swan persona took over, but some of her experiences were fake. They were just hallucinations, but those were the alleyways that enabled the Black Swan to manifest itself. Nina's alternate personality, the Black Swan, made it possible for her to stand up and achieve her goals of being the perfect dancer. We believe that the film had a slight educational value when it comes to the disorder, but not completely. The film also had a dark theme and was very serious, but didn't directly state that the character had a psychological disorder.
We were able to learn throughout the movie. We were able to connect some research that we've learned in our psychology class, reading the textbook and other research. We were able to diagnose her. It was also very easy for us to see what she was going through because of her hallucinations. She visualized herself. For example, there was a scene in the movie when she was in the bathtub taking a shower, and she was perfectly fine at the beginning, but then after taking quick naps, I suppose, she woke up and she saw her reflection. She keeps seeing her reflection throughout the movie, also as herself, as a more
like she saw her face on other people that weren't her.
Yeah, she just saw herself as a more evil version of herself, a different version of herself.
So a specific scene that we can see that there's definitely a psychological disorder is when she's describing her dream just out loud in the movie of dancing the White Swan. She's kind of talking to herself, but we can assume that she means to be describing it to her mother, even though her mother is in the kitchen and not with her daughter, which that type of neglect could be the reason why the Black Swan persona manifested itself in the first place, to protect her from the just loneliness of not being cared for by her mom. The film was very entertaining to watch because not only did it was just entertaining, you could also see the physical transformation of like what the psychological disorder was doing to Nina, um, also what it was doing to her mentally, um, and what it did to her personality towards the end of the movie.
We definitely recommend this movie to others just for entertainment, though. We don't encourage others to watch this movie if you're just trying to educate yourself on a psychological disorder because it doesn't give very good details or examples. They're not very clear. You have to keep watching the movie for you to understand what's going on. And if you're just trying to learn like right off the bat, then that's not gonna work for you.
We would like to recommend the movie Frankie and Alice, starring Halle Berry. It's clear that she has a dissociative identity disorder. The problem with her is that her conflicting personalities actually endanger the life of her character. And you can tell just by watching the trailer for the movie that the source of her identity disorder is from her mother and the way her mother treated her as a child. So that's just another way you can tell that this disorder kind of surfaces, is that it's neglect and traumatic experiences during childhood.